Hey, it's Mark. So it looks like Powell's speech and testimony put us in some risk-on territory here. So I'm just going to go through some stocks and some things I've been looking at and some I've been talking about already in the past that are still going. And I'll just go through some of the things that caught my eye so far. So I've already looked at some scans, but I'm just going to go through some more here. So let's go to the first one that I noticed earlier. HEPS is one I've been following for a while because it's maintained a pretty good uptrend for a while. So it came off some trend support in beginning of the month, and it looks like a ascending triangle is forming right now on this HEPS. It's got the look of a ascending triangle. I'm not sure if it's going to go soon. It looks like it has at least a couple more days till it breaks because the bias is higher, so it's a long bias, and it had good volume off of that support too. So looks like it caught a lot of levels there, like 145, or it caught a lot of support off that level. So that's one that I'm watching as this triangle develops, because if you follow my channel and my Twitter account, I've been putting out some really interesting setups with these triangles, and they do really well in bull markets. These like bull flags and bull triangles are my go-to setups, you could say. So let's look at the Nasdaq, 'cause it looks like off the Powell, we finally decided where we're going to go off of this trading range. So I pointed out this trading range a while ago, and obviously, we've been in a trading range for, a month now, and looks like it's going to go higher, off of this breakout here. It's a clean breakout, so we'll see if it retests, but I'd say it's probably inclined to just keep going, but we'll see. But that's what they're showing now. So usually the reaction is going to be either the same day or the next day. So just the way the market's traded today, it looks like the market reaction is risk on off of the Fed. So the looks like the IWM caught some pretty rough retest there on that resistance retest. So that's a level I've had from way back. So it goes back to test back in like beginning of the year. That level goes way back, and it actually retested it today, and then held. So it actually was right off that level that I had. That's my level that goes way back, because it had some really good touches back. Well, actually, yeah, it was 2022. Back in that level goes back to August 2022. So we're talking, over a year. So that was a big hurdle for it, and the fact that it's held that so far here, and it looks like some kind of a bull flag there we did, off that retest. That's what you want to see if you're bullish, or as if you're just looking at it here with I'm looking at it with just some like clean eyes here, not really bullish or bearish, but it looks bullish on that test and hold. So, and of course the industrials are really strong today, and that's just a monster strong chart, and the housing stocks are strong too. So the FNMA, like I've been putting this one on my Twitter account since back here, since for a long time. I've noticed that was the Fannie Mae and the Freddie Mac were sort of like a leading indicator to me on what the market's going to do. And it was just sort of like another economic indicator in a way, because they hold the most mortgages nationwide. some mortgage. They hold all the nation's mortgages just about. So the FMCC is the sister stock to it. So the Fannie Mae or the FNMA was seemed to have the most momentum last time it popped. So I'm not sure which one. Let's see which one's got more day range today. But I mean, they look pretty much the same today. Actually, yeah, the FMCC was more. So yeah, either one. They pretty much they traded the same. But these have been going for a while, and I've been posting them on my Twitter account like every time they form another triangle. Because there's another triangle there. Well, that was the first triangle, then I found another triangle. So yeah, it's still going now. Like probably chasing right now if there's some allergies or something. Yeah, right now it's probably chasing you know, at the moment. But yeah, the hood was back today. Like it's really like I really think hood's gonna get bought out by one of the big brokerages. Like their user interface is just seems by far the best on mobile, and you know they've done some interesting promotions, and their marketing's been really good, and the 24-hour trading and stuff like that. So that's the nature of these big brokerage houses for the past 30 years or more has been consolidation. So they just gobble each other up, constantly. Like the first stockbroker I ever had was Payne Weber back in the mid '90s. So that ages me, but it's just I had that experience, seeing that stuff. Like Payne Weber was a pretty big one back in the mid '90s, and they got bought out. I can't remember who, but that's just what happens constantly in this industry. So to me, the hood's acquisition target, just based on their demographics too, if they've got like Gen Z and even millennials, like that's what the big old ones want. They would want that demographic. I'm just surprised it hasn't gotten bought out so far already. Really. I wouldn't be surprised to see more. There's going to be more consolidation, and these big tech companies too, or like with like OpenAI, and if they haven't, I'm sure somebody's going to try to just buy OpenAI, just give them a crazy offer like they can't refuse, and maybe they already have, maybe Microsoft did, but I highly suspect these big tech companies are just going to try to buy up all the best AI companies, because that's what they do. These tech companies just buy other companies now. Like Oracle bought the healthcare company, and there's really no limit to what they'll buy. So I expect that to happen soon too, maybe this year or next year. But there's just so much news now with these AI companies, with the LLMs, and it's like Anthropic, and it's just like it's like rotating chairs now. It seems because Microsoft got some of their talent, a lot of talent. So the other companies are gonna do stuff to keep up. So they might buy. If the other companies need to keep up with that, they might just make some more acquisitions. It looks like Microsoft's coming out with a lot of talent from other companies. So I posted all those things on my Twitter account too. So yeah, let's look at Nvidia, because I've been looking at that one. Yeah, see, look at that. It found. I'm really, not to toot my own horn too much, but these technicals are pretty spot on here on these support levels and flags I've been watching. So yeah, we tested this trend support, and it failed actually. kind of like the SMH, because the SMH, the whole semi sector was down off the trend support, and then today we just reclaimed this, and we zoom in here on this candle today. We reclaimed the trend support that's been going on for a while now, and it printed a hammer. That's a hammer candle, which is a very bullish candle, and it printed off of that. Usually when you see hammer candles off of like dojis, that's a pretty good, like here, see this one, it did like a doji and then it did a hammer. Those are usually really really bullish charts. Like they usually go some more after that. So it looks really bullish here because we look at how it ran off hammers in the past. But it reminded me a lot of back here when it came off of that flag, 'cause it did another similar flag to right here where the arrow is. It's kind of just like it's been doing here, and you know, even though it had that blow, it looked like a blow off top, you know, back here on the 8th with all the volume. You never know, like it could blow through that again, you know, being like the hottest stock in the market, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised either if it kind of stalls out again at it might come back up to like 950s, up to like 950 and then stall out again, because there was a huge wall right there at like 960, 950, and I wouldn't be surprised if it at least temporarily stalls out there again and maybe goes sideways. But you know, it could just blast through it again too. But those are just levels to watch. It's just levels to keep an eye on. And funny enough, the looks like oil was off today, but yeah, it's already been up so much. And then let's look at some data center. Like I've been posting a lot of data center stuff, and I think Oracle's a good one for cloud. And I've got a list here, so let's just go through the list. So we got the VRT is still my favorite, just based on the technicals mostly, and the fact that it's in the right industry. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with, you know, cloud companies for the next, you know, year or two at least. So yeah, it looks like it rotated back into these today too. So, but yeah, let's look at SMH, because that was what I was thinking about. Yeah, see it came off my internal trend line, which is an internal trend line just touches the most levels. So it was a level there. That one doesn't count actually, because it's way farther than the other ones. So it matches up better with the internal. So it looks like it's doing another overshoot. So yeah, it's still got to really get some break over that flag there. But 2 hammers in a row here is really bullish. If you see 2 hammers in a row, that usually means it's gonna keep going, you know, from my experience. So, but we'll see. You know, the SMH hasn't quite been the same as Nvidia, but that's what you want to see too if you're an Nvidia stockholder or options holder. But yeah, VRTs is really nice chart. Still got my internal trend support, because it's been pretty strong, you know, the momentum. And then NTNX is another one. Maybe it'll finally get a push here sometime, but looks okay. It looks like just like another consolidation. And ASX was one of my favorite semiconductors. It looks like a really good flag now still. Well, it looks like the volume there is kind of concerning though. I don't like that volume. And I think if you've got to own a semiconductor, it's just got to be an Nvidia, really. But that's worth watching though. And these are some of the other like really popular cloud companies. I just think the VRT has proven itself to be the most, you know, stable as far as, you know, just going straight up constantly. And yeah, like Snowflake, all these, I mean, pretty much the industry had a pullback, but except for VRT and the Oracle. Yeah, the Oracle's a really nice one too. I like Oracle. It's still breaking out. I think that's all-time highs. It's at least 5-year highs. So yeah, it's up off our earnings. It surprised a little bit to the upside. You know, which is kind of surprising to me because, I mean, everybody knows Oracle's a huge, big cloud company. Like they know how to do cloud, and they've been doing it a long time. And I mean, at least like 20 years or forever seems. But yeah, those are those, and looks like KRE. I was wondering what it was gonna do because it's got that down channel here, my down channel line, and it just came down, so it looks like it's gonna retest, and that could be the bounce there off of it. But I would expect KRE just to stay range bound, and which it pretty much is still for the last couple months. So it's not really much to see there. And we'll look at one more watch list, or a couple maybe. Let's see anything. Yeah, ASPI still up there. That was another one. I noticed that triangle, so I put it on my Twitter account when I saw it, and it's been a nice move off of that trend support and that bull flag break. It's the same kind of setup as Nvidia's in right now with that flag off of trend support. So it's the way that it lines up like that, you know. Like you can put moving averages on a chart, but I find a lot of signal from the just trend lines, and I have for a long time, so I stick to that. And they don't lie as much. The moving averages can change, you know, with volatility, and you know, there's just a lot of factors that go into moving average because it's based on the past. So when you're looking at a trend line here, it's real time, you know. You know, it's not lagging, or you know, it doesn't have that historical data. There's not like data snooping or anything, but it's pretty good, you know. That's why I use them. But I think that's it. I didn't see anything crazy cool in the chart, in the scans. Well, I did see the Pixie. I saw that one the other day. I should have put it out. I should have put it out on my Twitter because it was up. Freaking. This one never holds its gains when it runs. It always gets shorted, and it ran the other day and just come back again. Usually, it never even holds up for a day. Like, I'm surprised it didn't short it earlier. Like, you look at the past. I just knew that one when I saw it from the past. I remembered it never holds gains. So you look at all these spikes. Yeah, see there, it spiked on that day and just sold off the same day. Lots of spikes and then sell-offs. You know, it's just pretty much every year it's a good short when it spikes, and it tends to spike about every year too. It's pretty funny, you know. It's funny because it's reality, but every time it spikes, it sells off. So yeah, that wasn't much of a spike, but I mean, considering what it could do, but yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's still a good short, you know, even though it's got to go down to 3 again. So, but I mean, it may go up 50% before it gets there, but you know, it's gonna squeeze them out eventually a little bit, maybe. Well, I don't know. This one might just go down 3. Probably would surprise me. Because once they short it, it just goes down. But this one's always a good short. And it's just easier on the short side. Like I can't like some people can play these on the long side, but you have to day trade, and even then it's like incredibly hard to catch it on the long side. Because I remember this one from like a year and a half ago. And looks like the EVs are up. I was trying to find some weak charts to see what was down today, because nothing should have been down today, really. There's the ACO is up. Yeah, I was looking at my short bias scan. Looks like I'm already 20 minutes, but there was 11 stocks hit this one. And this can be a really good scan for finding shorts. The LFCR is interesting. Looks like a news reaction. And the NYXH looks like it had a supernova it's coming off of. So those are the only interesting ones, really. Well, there's Pixie, of course, but yeah, the NYXH, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to look into it, but those look like they could be good shorts, the NYXH and LFCR. But of course, you know, they may go sideways, but it looks pretty supernova to me on the NYXH. It's kind of like what Snapchat did the other month, the other week, when it ran up for like months and then just crashed. It happens. So yeah, not much to see there, but yeah, that's about it. So I'll call it a wrap.